Well, it's finally here. Happy Halloween, everyone. I just can't wait until tonight when all the little kiddies are out getting their candy. The problem is nobody wants to come up our big long driveway anymore. So I'm kind of aging out of Halloween. And if Moosey and I want to go out and see kiddies, we're going to just have to hop on our broom. Now, I have to tell you, my ride the last couple of years has been awful. I've no acceleration on my broomstick, and there's no room to put Moosey on the back. But this year, I traded it in for a new broom, and I kind of helped do it myself. Look at this. Is this great? And can't you just see Moosey and I riding this broom all the way to see our little kids? I think it's going to be great, as long as I can keep the engine on the end, right? Now, as you know, I love hats, but in preparation for my hats, I had to go to the beauty parlor. And you know, I hate going to beauty parlors, but I asked them to do a really good wild hairdo for me, and I think they did okay. Thank heavens for back combing and dry shampoo, right? But what I really want to show you, I want to show you my hats. You know how I love hats, right? Well, I went into the shed and I dug out very carefully my collection of hats. Now, not those straw ones that I have so many of, but some of the ones that I've been collecting over the years. And I want to ask your opinion as to which one you think I should wear tonight. Now, I did notice that there's a little hole in this one, so I might not be able to wear this. But as you know, I always did love this one. It's a little sheer, horsehair crinoline, of course, and I love the stars. However, there is another one that has been one of my favorites, and the last couple of years I haven't been able to find it. But this is very mysterious. Love the color, don't you? Watch this
Oh,
one.
it's scary.
Moosey, this is one of Moosey's favorites.
Oh, it scares me.
Very mysterious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you like this one? Love the color. Well, got more. Now, as you know, I do wear one particular one all the time. But this one, I sort of love the pop of color for Halloween. Tell me what you think. Do you like this one? It's a little big. Comes down over my eyes. You know, I did buy this from another witch, and she must have had a bigger head, I think. But the color is pretty, and it does give a pop to the Halloween vibe, don't you think? But I think my very favorite of all, got to keep the hair. Don't want to mess up the hair here, right? My very favorite of all has always been this one. Now, do you remember this one has the nice buckle in the front, just a touch of purple, but it does have that beautiful crown up on top. So I think this is the one that I'll wear. Tell me, what do you think of my hat collection? Now, while I was at the beauty parlor, I also splurged, and I had my nails done. Do you like them? And they even gave me some ideas on the makeup. Now, they couldn't make me up for today because, unfortunately, Moosey and I have a busy day today before Halloween tonight. But she did give me, and I paid a lot of money for it, this Halloween makeup. Now, I don't know exactly where she wanted me to put this under my eyes and everywhere, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to put a touch of it on and hope that this very expensive makeup will do the trick. Just a touch. Not to scare any of the little children, but just to look a little more authentic. Do you think this does it? Now, just putting a little bit of what we used to call rouge, but maybe this will sort of highlight my cheekbones. What do you think? I just love it. I think it was well worth the money. Yes, maybe I need a little more on this side. What do you think? Yeah. So she did put this on. She couldn't find her pure black, but she thought this was dark enough. And of course, I dug out all the dark jewelry I could find. Now, there was one piece that I absolutely adored, and it's one of my most expensive pieces. And it was a beautiful, big, giant ring that I found at the thrift shop, and they told me it was worth thousands. But anyway, I can't find it. Somewhere it's buried in all those tubs of rings, and I was going to wear it. It's a big, giant skull face, and I thought the little kids would get a kick out of that. What do you think? Well, so much for making me up. I did happen to find my robe. And this is an old, I bet I've had this 30 years. It's an old graduation robe that goes to the floor, and it has the big sleeves on it. It is very witchy-like, isn't it? Cute. Now, ladies, please don't get upset. I am not a devil worshiper, as you all know. This is all in fun. It's 2025, and we just celebrate Halloween with the children, as many as we can, because it's such a delightful holiday for them all. They all get such a kick out of dressing up in costumes. And as you know, when you wear a costume to something, doesn't it always make it more fun? I think so. So this is just a in jest type of a video for you. But actually, our plans tomorrow, we're not too sure. You know, I don't know whether my broom can take us all the way to see some of the kids, but they're not going to come here anymore. And as I said last year, I think we've sort of aged out of Halloween in a way. The great-grandparents anymore don't have the little kids. They're all in college up here that live up here on the hill with us. So we're not going to see them. Even when they were in high school and they used to go to Halloween parties, Ryan and Shannon would come down before they left and show me their costumes, and we'd talk about the fun they were going to have. Those were the days, weren't they? But even though we might not be out on the streets collecting candy, I know most of our little tiny ones will be. And I know that Jenny, who has little Charlie, who's, how old is she, 6 or 8 months, something like that. She has several costumes that she's already dressed her up in. Halloween is a fun holiday for a lot of people. I remember celebrating Halloween in Scotland, which was very, very different from the way we celebrate here, except that the little ones do dress up in costumes and go out. But they have big bonfires, and they call their pumpkins jack-o'-lanterns. So I think everywhere you live is just a little bit different, and the celebrations are different too. Now, years ago, and some of you have remembered the claw on my shoulder. I did find this to add to my costume, but it is fun. Well, this is the day before Halloween. Moosey and I are heading out again for a couple more tests. And when we come home, I'm starting a soup this morning before we leave, because Matthew has been here every night for these Dodger games. And boy, it's sure turning out to be a very exciting series, isn't it? Both teams seem to be so exactly alike. And you know what? I think those Blue Jays really want to win this. What do you think? It's going to be something from here on in. And Moosey and Matt and all the rest of the family are on the edge of their seats. But Matt has been here with Moosey watching all the games. And honestly, I wish I had filmed the two of them and the conversations and the whooping and hollering and the screaming, just two of them made. But every night, Matt wanted to bring the food. He wouldn't let me prepare anything. So Matt, like any man when he gets out of the house, wants fast foods of different kinds. So we have had everything from Del Taco, Del Burgers with fries, to pizza from World's Best Pizza, a fabulous pizza, by the way. We've had El Pollo Loco, big bean and rice and chicken salads with lots of hot, spicy stuff on it. What was our first night? We had bean burritos. So we're fast fooded out at this point. Now, tonight is a night off because the teams are all traveling back up to Toronto. So Mosi said, let's have a soup. And boy, I agree too. So I think tonight we'll have, I might even go back to my chicken noodle soup. I just want a plain soup. I might put some of these leftover beans and rice and from what I have from last night's supper that we couldn't finish. Might put that in there. So I am making one of my famous soups tonight. And I think that's all we're going to have. Since today is going to be a long day of several different kinds of tests and we will be out all afternoon, I did make a big breakfast, protein all the way for Mosi and I, a lot of eggs, and in my coffee I put an extra scoop of collagen. You know what? I've had more energy the last couple days, and it's because I've had to be out there pushing the wheelchair, walking quite a bit. You know, that's what they say. In fact, one of the next videos that I'm going to do is a video. Well, I learned so much from other articles that I read and studies and whatever. One of it was, if you've made it to your 80s, here's how to survive the 80s. And there were 5 or 6 things. Many of them are all the same that we've talked about before. And you're supposed to start this good, healthy regime probably in your 50s or 60s if you haven't done this all your life. But what do you think number one is in 90% of these articles and studies and everything? What do you think it is for seniors in their 80s? Protein. Protein all the way. So, boy, have I been trying to pound the protein. Just look it up, find out where your protein is and what you like with protein in it. With us, it's the chicken, the eggs, the cottage cheese, the beans, and anything else that you can find. Your supplements, of course. And I do get about 20 grams of collagen in my coffee from my Vital Proteins collagen powder. So that's what's keeping me going, I think. One of you ladies asked me in one of the comments last night, you seem to have so much energy. Well, I don't. You know, I collapse a lot of the times. And lately I've been doubting my energy as to whether or not I can get through all this. But then again, every once in a while when I think back, yeah, I have been able to do quite a bit lately. And I'm not feeling quite as tired as I normally get in the daytime and then have to collapse on the bed. And so she said, what do you take, Nanny, to keep yourself going? So what I take extra beyond my meds, I do have my Vital Proteins collagen powder in my coffee every morning. Sometimes I might skip coffee if I go through the routine of the water in the morning and getting the protein and meditating and going outside in the sun and getting some movement going, some exercise. But by then, maybe I don't want coffee when I get finished with that. But most of the times, I do have my coffee with the collagen, 2 scoops in my powder. I also take a B12 pill. I've taken that since the last time I was at the doctor's. The doctor recommended that for me when I told him I really was feeling tired and out of energy. And I think it takes a couple weeks to take effect, but I think maybe it's working. I do take a pill every day. I take a probiotic pill every day. I do take, I think, 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. And, of course, a very good women's daily vitamin for women over 55. Those are all the extra supplements that I take. The vitamin C is included in a few of them, but that's vital too. And some have to make sure I get that because that helps the other pills do their jobs. So that's what I'm doing, and trying to figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. I sort of want to do something. Maybe we might, since we've been so busy this week and last week, maybe we might just relax and do some FaceTiming with the little kids. And our children and grandchildren are so good about putting pictures of the little kids on Facebook for us to see and other sites. And so Dub and Barry have had their party with their grandchildren, all of them there, and everybody wore these great hats and costumes, and they all sit around a big table as one of the activities besides apple bobbing and other things. And they play this pumpkin thing where they slam, all of them keep their hands on the desk, just
Pumpkins! Pumpkin, pumpkin!
I think Kyle's out.
going on this big table, and they roll a pumpkin around and around the table. And I mean, there must be 20 of them sitting around this table. And wherever the pumpkin stops, that person gets a prize. And usually it's a little bit of monetary stuff. But the kids love it, and Dub loves doing it. So does Barry. They just have so much fun.
I want to see some dance moves, guys.
If I can find some pictures, I'll try and put their Halloween party on there. Just a few clips.
Oh, did you get your two?
Well, I guess that's it. This is not going to be a long video. Have you decided which hat you like?
Scary.
What about you, Moosey?
That's too scary.
I still prefer this one, but you know what? I did like this one, this very mysterious one with the veil, didn't you? This is kind of cute, but who knows? The other one was a little too big on my head. So I'm gonna fix my transportation here. It seems to be falling apart. I had to make my own because I couldn't find another broom to replace last year's transportation. That has basically died. But this one, I can fit Moosey on the back, and we're just gonna sail off and hope that this broom keeps us going and Moosey doesn't fall off the back of my broom. Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you enjoy this holiday for what it is. It's just superficially having such a fun time, mostly for the children. And you know what? A lot of adults have parties and have a great time too. It's just fun dressing up in costumes. And you know, it's quite a big holiday too. So enjoy. Happy Halloween. I love you all. Keep those prayers going. I so appreciate them, and so does Moosey. And I'll see you soon next week. Love you all. And God bless us all, everyone.